Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your monthly horoscope, and this one's for you, Capricorn. We're coming into December and the sun will shine in Sagittarius through the 20th, and this will really highlight your subconscious mind as well as your spirituality. So you can use the first few weeks of the month to think big picture, find some greater meaning in some of your current daily activities. Getting out in nature is really going to help you gain a new perspective. I'd say that's probably always true, but especially under this astrology for you. So keep that in mind. We've got this month's new moon solar eclipse on the 14th, and it's at 23 degrees of Sagittarius. This will really help support your goals related to psychological healing, listening to your intuition, establishing spiritual practices, and anything to do with teaching or learning. So each new moon is always a good opportunity to write down your goals, things you wish to manifest. Jan Spiller wrote the book New Moon Astrology that really outlines how to do this in the most effective way. And in this book, she mentions the new moon solar eclipse is the most powerful type of new moon for intention setting, and we usually only get a couple a year. So we've got this one. The next one is not going to be until June of 2021. So when you're setting intentions, think big picture. Think, what would you like to see coming to fruition 6 months from now? In addition, you can set some New Year's resolutions. This is a great day. Don't wait for January 1st. So I hope you can make the most of that new moon solar eclipse. We're out of Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde, so it really is starting to be more supportive astrological energy for doing new things. Thank goodness. Now we've got Venus moving into Sagittarius on the 15th. And Venus is going to remain in this sign through January the 7th. So during these days, you could be drawn towards educational opportunities. If there's been a class you've been thinking about taking, you might get prompted to finally make a move once Venus is in Sagittarius. And it's possible that people might seek out your knowledge or experience, either asking you to teach something or to mentor or to give a talk or this type of thing. Exchanging information with others is highly supported. Definitely feed your mind by reading, maybe listening to lectures. Foreign places and cultures might be real topics of particular interest as well. It's not always very doable these days to get out into a different country, but it's definitely important to see the world from all perspectives, from people who live in different places. If you know people living in different countries, it's really supported under this astrology to have some interesting conversations and see how things are for them in their part of the world. Now we've got Saturn moving into Aquarius on December 17th, and Jupiter will move into Aquarius 2 days later on the 19th. This is some big time astrology. Jupiter and Saturn do not change signs that often. Saturn's been in your sign, as you're probably acutely aware, for the past 2.5 years. But on the plus side, also Jupiter has been in your sign. So with the challenges that Saturn and Capricorn might have brought, you also probably got some opportunities, some growth, and some abundance through the planet Jupiter in Capricorn. They are finishing their journey in your sign. In general, I think this signifies 2021 feeling very different than 2020 and probably even 2019, because you have had 3 of the outer planets in your sign, which is a lot. It's a lot of attention, which can translate into some type of pressure, because it's as if the planets were piling up to send you a really strong message to do something. So now you will still have Pluto in your sun sign. That's been going on I don't think that will feel as intense depending on your birthday. And you can find out a lot more about how the outer planets are affecting your sun sign by checking out the report that I've prepared. I do one for all 12 sun signs, and it talks about what the outer planets are doing in 2021, how that can influence you, how to best work with it. I put a link to that in the description of this video. So I wanted to make sure you knew that was now available. I put a lot of my heart and soul into these reports to try to bring people the best information and information they can use. So let's talk more about Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. They move out of Capricorn into Aquarius on December 21st. They will be exactly conjunct in the sign of Aquarius. This initiates a 20-year cycle. They won't be conjunct again for another 20 years. And on a personal level, this may shift your focus to your connections and your communications. So if you've been the type to go it alone, you're scheduled to discover the benefits of teamwork in the coming years. Capricorn gets known as the sign that likes to be the boss. There's nothing wrong with taking charge or knowing what you want, how you want to accomplish things. However, pooling ideas and perhaps resources with others could be highly beneficial for you. So keep that in mind. I always say that. Keep that in mind. I never try to tell you what to do. But in the coming year, Saturn in Aquarius is going to help you to take charge of your resources and be more engaged in your community. Jupiter in Aquarius is going to offer you supportive energy regarding earning or saving more money. So this is all good news. Now, on the 21st, it's also the day that the sun moves into your sign. This is called the solstice. It's the winter solstice for people north of the equator. It's the summer solstice for people south of the equator. But either way, we celebrate the sun moving into Capricorn at the solstice, and this is really going to highlight your unique skills and abilities. So the end of the month is really going to be a good time for you to set some personal goals as well as present yourself to others. You're moving into a real powerful time to put yourself in a position of strength and confidence. So this month's full moon on the 29th is going to be at 8 degrees of Cancer, shining a spotlight on your relationships. So if you find the emotional energy elevating around the date of this full moon, because again, Cancer is the sign that opposes Capricorn. So you could feel some tension. Wait a few days before opening up sensitive conversations. If you are a Capricorn rising at about 8 degrees, you will really be feeling this, especially in regards to partnership. It's best to operate with care and know that a few days after the full moon, it should feel a little more calm and that you'll be able to do something productive with emotions that might have surfaced. And if you were born on or around December 30th, you will also be feeling this on a personal level, and you're scheduled to get a greater awareness of what you might need from an important partnership. So I hope you can make the most of December's astrology. Be safe and be well. And I look forward to seeing you in 2021 with your horoscope.